We are under a weather impact alert for the entire viewing area right now. Heavy rain leading to an unprecedented number of flooding alerts today. And one area of particular concern is where we're seeing these images from this afternoon up in Muncie.
We've seen multiple water rescues in Delaware County. You're looking at some of them right now. This is northeast of Indianapolis, where the rain continues to fall and the water continues to rise. It is something the governor is now monitoring and says there is a possibility he'll declare a statewide emergency after 2 days of excessive rain.
All this rain, the ground is saturated and it's impacting travel and it's leading to some road damage too. So we want to show you this image. This is a road area that was collapsed during the heavy rain. It's one of the reasons that where this road is located in Henry County now is under a travel warning. It means only emergency workers should be out on the roads tonight. Now at 5 o'clock, we are bringing you comprehensive team coverage of the flooding.
We have crews in Muncie and in Wayne County as well. We're going to start though with meteorologist Rob Ellis.
Rob is in for Angela with a look at the conditions right now. Busy day, Rob.
Very busy day. Thankfully, we are getting a little break at the moment from the heaviest rain. That's not to say it's going to last terribly long, but we are expecting that. Most of this batch of rain pushing to the south and east. There's still some showers and even a few rumbles of thunder that are popping up. We still do have some ongoing flash flood warnings. Now, there are still 2 flash flooded emergencies. Those are the ones outlined in black that we're still tracking. We have to watch those, but this is the area that saw so much rain within the last several days, the last couple of days, especially this morning. I'm just going to plot a few on the map here. You're going to see as much as 12 to 17 inches of rain has been estimated by radar. Of course, that's one of the reasons why we've seen so much flooding in those locations. Now we get a little break. We are expecting that break to last through the next several hours. We may see more redevelopment overnight to our south and west, and unfortunately, we're going to pick this back up tomorrow, possibly with more storms and yes, heavy rain. And then there's a concern for Friday. I'll show you that part of the forecast coming up.
All right, Rob, thanks so much. And as he just mentioned, we are seeing flooding everywhere across central Indiana. We've got issues to the eastern counties that are along the Ohio border.
And Muncie has been one of the hardest hit. We've seen dozens of evacuations and water rescues there today. Rich Nye is live there tonight with what he's learned and what he's seeing right now. Hey, Rich, what can you tell us?
Well, for now, the rain has stopped, and that is a great relief for the folks here in Muncie, especially on Vine Street, one of the areas that has flooded heavily from 8-9 hours of continuous hard rain here in Delaware County today. Now, as you look down Vine Street, you can see cars almost still totally submerged down this street. But let me take you back and show you what it looked like earlier today, as the Muncie Fire Department spent most of the day rescuing and evacuating people from these homes, where water was obviously not only a foot or more deep in the street, but had begun to enter their homes, sometimes 6 inches, sometimes deeper. And so there were lots of folks who needed to be rescued, evacuated, brought out from their homes by boat, with their pets often. And those folks, everyone's safe and sound tonight, but they will be out of their homes for some time and are in a shelter temporarily tonight. I talked to some of those folks after they were evacuated.
We got 2 foot of water in our house. Everything's ruined.
When did it start to come up?
Well, about 6 this morning.
When did you know you were in trouble?
6:30. It happened quick. Yeah, real quick. It happens like that all the time.
So you can see the debris here as we come back live to Muncie. This is where the water had come all the way up. And so you see it started to recede just a little bit already here on Vine Street. But as you look down, there are a lot of homes that are still with water in them. And the streets, this is about a 5-by-5 block area that was affected by this flooding today. We also had flooding and saw some evacuations over on Hoyt Avenue on the southwest end of town. Muncie will be doing a lot of cleanup and hoping there's not more rain still coming.
Absolutely. All right, Rich, thanks so much. Continuing our coverage now as we move a little south of there into the east, where some of the areas of worst flooding are now happening.
That's right. Jenna Webster has been in Cambridge City all day long. That's in Wayne County. She joins us now with a look at the flooding and the impact there. Jenna?
Yeah, you know, Rich mentioned now that the rain has stopped in Muncie. It stopped here too in Cambridge City. A lot of people are kind of wanting to get back to their homes. They're wondering if the floodwaters have started to recede. I was actually just talking to a guy over at the Cambridge City Fire Department. He's been hanging out all day today since he was evacuated, and he's wanting to get back in because in all the stress of the evacuation, he forgot some of his medication. But Fire Department is still saying hang out. But I want to give you a look kind of where we're at right now. This is the Cambridge City Police Department. You can see where the water actually came up right to their door. A little bit farther back is a Boy Scouts troop. The water there is almost at the window. So you can understand why so many of these roads are flooding. And here in Wayne County, we are under a level 3 travel advisory, which means emergency travel only. But this is also impacting a lot of businesses. So I want to take you a little bit farther away from where we are currently to a business on Main Street. This is Becker's Greenhouse. It is right by the creek. The owner says the creek just went out of its banks, flooded the greenhouse. He says the basement underneath the greenhouse actually has 10 feet of water in there. So that's all the way up to the light sockets and the ceiling is how he described it. He actually said they had 1,000 geranium stock plants that were new in the greenhouse that got washed right out the back door.
You can look out here along the fence. It's a mess. The inside of the greenhouse, the basement, definitely the water heater shot, and everything that was in the basement is ruined. Nothing I could do about it, just grin and let it go.
Well, that is the attitude to have. The owner, Bruce, says he doesn't really even want to think about what the cleanup is going to cost. He actually, unfortunately, 2 years ago, he had a claim for hail damage on the greenhouse and lost his insurance coverage on the greenhouse in particular. Luckily, he still has it on the building, but it's probably going to be a pretty expensive cleanup for him. He actually is hoping that he's going to be open tomorrow, very optimistic. Some of the flood water over on Main Street on Route 40 has actually started to subside a little bit, but here we are still very deep over here. That is actually the market over there. They're totally underwater. And just to give you some perspective on what is happening in Cambridge City today, they had to turn the power off to the town this morning because the substation is totally underwater. The fire chief tells me not sure when power is going to go back on. All depends on how quickly the water goes out, but very glad that the rain has stopped here. Hopefully get a little bit of relief, let the water go back into its banks, guys.
All right, Jenna Webster, live for us. Thank you so much. She makes a really good point that this water is not only dangerous right now, but it's so destructive and costly, and people are just powerless to do anything about it.
Right, and the ground is saturated, and we've got more rain in the forecast, so it's going to take less rain now to cause more damage.
One of the schools in Wayne County, by the way, actually opened up as an emergency shelter today for people who evacuated and just need a place to stay.
Western Wayne Elementary is the school. It's located in Cambridge City, and the Red Cross is also there. They're there and available to support anyone who comes and is in need.
Just a few minutes ago at the top of the hour, we showed you how the flooding in Henry County caused a road to collapse.
And now we want to take you, give you another view of the flooding that's in the Newcastle area. And these images are coming in from a viewer sending us this video of water rising around his home.
Look at that. Looks like a lake or a river. You can see the water rising up to the top of his porch, completely surrounding his house.
And Henry County is one of a couple of counties that now are considered officially under a designated travel warning right now. So Wayne County is the other one that you can see highlighted on this map in red. Real quickly, red is warning, orange is watch, and yellow is advisory. And so they have different designations to them, meaning that a warning means only emergency workers should be out on the road.
Yeah, and there are a few counties under travel watches, which you see in orange there. That means only essential travel is recommended in those areas.
The others you see in yellow are under travel advisories.
So overall, travel in Marion County isn't really impacted by the flooding.
But there are still those key spots where when it rains, we see flooding. And that's where we have Ella Rhodes joining us live tonight at an area that she has been following that is known for having high water issues. Ella.
Anne Marie and Dustin, 10th and Sherman is notorious for flooding, and another car just got stuck here under the underpass. You can see this red Dodge sedan. Literally, their car has stalled out in that water. I mean, the water has receded quite a bit, but it's still able to suck in those cars. I want you to take, though, a look at this video on your screen from earlier today when the water was much, much higher. This truck got stuck on the other side of this bridge in the underpass, and he was standing on top of his car trying to get help. IFD made their way out here to help this driver, but for a while he really couldn't go anywhere, you know, because this water is strong and it was moving, and there was such a current to it as well. I mean, there still slightly is out here. So this is about, you know, one of the 4th or 5th cars we've seen get stuck, but there was a water rescue for that truck that was stuck here earlier at 10th and Sherman. A tow truck also came and towed that car away. They did make it out. But just to show you again, if you come back live to where we are, you could see this red car stuck here. Like we said, that's the 4th or 5th car we've seen here today at 10th and Sherman just get stuck. Notorious for flooding here. I will say I did a story a few weeks ago on this intersection talking with residents about their concerns, and I spoke with Citizens Energy Group. Now, they own the water drainage system that's underneath the road here, and they say the infrastructure is from 100 years ago when it was initially installed, and that's why the water cannot be held into that infrastructure just because it's not built for that amount of water. So as you can see, the sun is coming out, it's not raining, but we are still dealing with those impacts of the flooding. Anna, Dustin?
Yeah, Ella, we're wishing that the city would just come out and put some barricades there so people wouldn't be tempted to go through and save themselves a lot of cost and hassle for sure. All right, Ella Rhodes reporting live. Thank you.
I wonder why they hadn't done that yet.
I don't know.
Also want to let you know the Indiana State Fair is going to be closed for the rest of the day.
It's because of the storms and the flash flooding that we've seen here in Indianapolis. The plan is to reopen the fair tomorrow morning.